Hello and welcome, I'm Alex, and today I'll be showing you how to fit the seats into my van. But first of all, a much more important job to do. The badge. Perfect, just like new. So those of you not familiar with Suzuki Carries, basically the seats are held on with a bolt either side at the rear and two clips at the front there and there. And then once those are released, the seat comes straight out. When you remove the seat, the actual engine cover comes with it as well. So all we do there is remove 3 tabs and then some bolts. That's the heat reflector off, and then we're held on with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nuts. That's the base off. The flat base of sports car seats makes it ideal for fitting with these types of van. First thing I did was cut off all the existing mounting brackets on the base of the seat runners. The method I'm going to be using is probably, I say the easiest, it probably is the easiest. And it retains all the original fixings as well, so that should hopefully result in a better fitting seat. Remove the brackets here, here, here and here. These are held on by large rivets and also welding on the sides, so it's going to be a case of grinding these off, cutting through the weld and then transferring them over to the seat here. What I'm going to be doing is using this, I suppose it's the side that's nearest the console, nearest the gear lever, as the main point. I know this is wider than that, probably by about 1 inch or so. So if I can get the 2 fittings fitted securely on here, I will then have a good mounting point to make some brackets to move the other 2 fittings in there and there, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, if I get it sorted out, it should fit. The outer runner brackets are also held on with a small spot weld, which will get drilled out. Fitted the brackets that I've cut off the original seats, there and there, to the seat pan itself. The reason I've done that means that everything's going to be in alignment. Having a rough look at it, it almost looks as though these holes there and there line up with holes on the seat rails of the MGF seats. Amazingly, everything lines up correctly. Really pleased with that. The only thing I have to do is cut the bolts down because they're restricting movement, but apart from that, once that's done with lock nuts on it, then I can tack weld. So it's just time to see whether the other side's going to line up as well. This is a little bit of an overview of what needs to be done next. This bar here has to come off simply because it's catching, and hope you can see it. There. That's the bit that doesn't line up. It's probably about an inch too short or an inch too narrow. So what I'm going to have to do is make a metal plate to fit from the rail to the mounting point. But also, what I'm going to have to do then is raise that level, because otherwise the seat's going to be on a bit of a tilt. So this is where we stand at the moment. I've taken the metal brace bar off the seat and we're left with that. So the easiest thing I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to put a metal bar or a metal plate on the bottom. That way it will keep the runners in alignment, and it'll also help me work from a fixed point such as that. The first step of making the offside front bracket was to get a piece of cardboard and offer it up against the rail and also the bracket. I then punched through using a centre punch, knowing that all the holes would be in the right place, or roughly the right place. Then I cut a bit of metal out, so I'll get that centre punched and we'll get those holes drilled out and offer it up. That's all the mountings fitted now. I've put an extra spacer underneath there, so that takes that to the same level as the rest of them. And this one has also been finished. I've had to re-drill some holes in the lower offside rear mount just to make it fit properly, but that wasn't too bad. So next step is take it all apart. I've used the completed brackets to make a template, so this way for the passenger side it will just be a mirror image of the driver's side, hopefully. The brackets themselves are actually de-rusting in a solution. The bolts, washers, spring washers and lock nuts. That's the first of the two seats fitted, and I'm quite pleased with it. I am leaving it just as being bolted up for the time being, so that if I need to make any fine tuning, any adjustments on it, if it's not running 100% as it should be, then I can do that before it needs welding up properly. So that I'll do off camera, and the passenger side one I'll do off camera as well. So this is just a guideline as to how I've fitted. Obviously, if you're going to start doing anything like this, look into it seriously. There's a lot of inertia movement under braking. The last thing you want to do is do something that's not up to the job and it snaps. It's potentially life-threatening. So yeah, that's a serious bit over away. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done already, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.